Hi, this is Jason. I wanted to just do one last video on Sadhguru. I did a video a few weeks back, and by my standards, it has gone viral. There's been around 700 views of it and 10 or so comments. And I did this originally because I just kind of wanted to explore what are some ideas around how to manage your anger, because anger is such an important trigger for relapse in substance abuse. Well, I reacted to that video that Sadhguru had about how to manage your anger. It seems as though the 700 or so people who looked at it were all very kind and generous with me, but felt that I just misunderstood Sadhguru, and that the important and delicate truths that he had were to be found in other videos, and that he was a great leader, and so on. And I just kind of want to put the issue to rest and move on and do some other things with my channel. And to do that, I just really want to point out what I think is a fundamental difference between all Eastern philosophy, whether it's Sadhguru or someone else, a difference between psychology and Christianity. So just all other possible frameworks for managing and improving your life. I want to compare those to what's available in the Christian faith, and just share with you why I'm not going to be changing religions anytime soon, and what I think is so special and unique about the Christian religion. So first, let me just play a little bit of this video by Sadhguru, and then I will share with you something that Jesus said, and just kind of compare and contrast the two.
If you are in a state of reaction, anyone or anything can take charge of your life. Conscious response is the way forward. Especially in these pandemic times, these challenging times, how consciously you respond will determine the nature of your life. How consciously all of us respond will determine the nature of the society, the nation and the world. A human being can create his or her life only because of our ability to respond consciously instead of instinctive reactions, a conscious response. This is the way forward. This is the privilege of being the peak of evolution.
Okay, as I understand what he's saying, is that you can just kind of react to things, and when you react to things, you're blaming things outside of you for your own state of affairs. And the way forward then is to respond inwardly. You choose how you want to respond. You respond from this inward place, and you decide how your life is going to be. You can respond to the pandemic and to the different issues of this world by choosing how you want to be, setting your intention and moving forward, or you can simply react instinctively to things. And he obviously is advocating for the respond from the internal source and determine how the rest from there. What I want to do is read to you a teaching that Jesus gave, and just compare the two. Let you guys decide, and then I'm kind of done with this topic for a while. But let me pull up this teaching so I can read it. This is from the book of Luke, and it's in quotes because this is Jesus speaking. He says, 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. So the Pharisees are religious leaders. Tax collectors, materialistic people. They will harm others to enrich themselves. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, God, I thank you that I am not like other people, robbers, evildoers, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and give 1/10 of all I get. If you look at this, he is consciously choosing to respond and to be what he would like to be. He is actively choosing not to harm other people by robbing, doing evil, committing adultery. And in addition to that, he's disciplining himself. So this fasting, I think, can stand in for a lot of different spiritual practices. Fasting is saying, I'm not going to do what the natural and immediate response would be. Instead, I am going to choose to deprive myself of that natural response in order to discipline myself and to focus my attention on a higher goal. So fasting can be a stand-in for also being quiet for a time. Fasting can stand in for I'm going to meditate. Fasting can stand in for I'm just going to sit and try and remove my thoughts. It's a stand-in for any spiritual practice in which we don't do the natural and instinctual thing, and we choose to do something else to build up our strength and our willpower. He also says, I give 1/10 of all I get. So in addition to this, I'm going to personally do things that are good for me and my own spiritual development. In addition to that, I'm going to actively go out and give funds away to causes that benefit others, that benefit the earth. So this is a stand-in for charity, for giving to an orphanage, for saving the soil, saving the whales, saving the rainforest, standing up against racial oppression. It's actively going out into the community and trying to improve it. So I've got fasting, and then I've got the giving 1/10, which is going out into the world. But remember there's 2 guys that went up to the temple. The second one is a tax collector. He stood at a distance. He would not even look up to heaven because he's so ashamed. He beat his breast and said, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. So which one of these men has achieved a better spiritual life? Which one of these people has improved themselves or found themselves or perfected themselves and made themselves more like God? Jesus says, I tell you that this man, referring to the tax collector, one who said mercy, rather than the other, went home justified before God. You can try, you can focus, you can respond instead of react, you can meditate for days on days, you can give all your money away to charity, and you will never actually improve yourself or get closer to perfection. And that's because it's this corruptible person trying to make itself incorruptible. The only way you can improve your spiritual condition is to have it be a gift from God. And so the man who's done nothing to earn it, and done many things, in fact, to deserve wrath and to become someone who's spiritually, we might say, filthy or spiritually weak, the one who just says, have mercy on me, that person receives from God a righteousness that's true righteousness because it's coming from the source of righteousness. It is, he forgives, and when God forgives, it takes away anything that is contaminated and not sufficient, and it restores it. It is a divine restoration that does not come from the self. To simply say, I can't do it, I'm not doing it, have mercy on me, and then receiving as a gift nothing that you did to achieve that spiritual level of attainment that God is giving you, and then simply live in gratitude as a beggar who has just received a meal that he didn't deserve. That is the truest form of spiritual attainment. And every other form of self-improvement is always going to involve my effort. It's two very different frameworks. And for me, I've decided there is nothing I can do that is going to give me that spiritual attainment. It can only come from God. My recovery from alcohol abuse and from toxic anger came when I stopped trying to fix things, and when I said, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. I need help. I am nobody. I don't have the power to fix this. Please, out of mercy, help me to change. And that's a very different philosophy than saying it's this internal technology and I can improve my own life. I can set my own intention. So I leave it to you to decide which one you want to continue to explore and to find out more about for yourself. But for me, I'm going to kind of leave it here. I've said my piece. You may or may not agree with it, but I thank you for listening to and watching this video, and I hope that if this is an issue for you, or that what I'm saying sounds strange to you, that you'd continue to explore. Hey, if you're liking these videos, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. That helps you see more videos. It also helps more people find these videos. And I have a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I'd really like your help.